MRSSSTIX and I are both fans of the Fate series. We've loved every incarnation of the Fate series that we've watched ever since the original Fate Stay Night all the way back in the mid 2000s, I think it was, maybe the late 2000s. Granted, I don't really have much, if any, real experience in the gameverse of the franchise. So, with that in mind, Fate Grand Order starts off by throwing you right into a tutorial battle with a bunch of training golems. Your servants consist of Saber, Lancer, and Archer. If you're a fan of the anime or you know anything about the characters, you'll know exactly who at least two of them are right off the bat. After the tutorial battle, you're introduced to some of the characters, you choose your gender, and you're thrown further into the tutorial. About 20 or 30 minutes go by before gaining control of the game and not being held back by the constraints tutorials often restrict you with. So, Fate Grand Order is a little more interesting than your traditional gacha games, I've realized, where normally you have like a world map, you have chapters and missions. In Grand Order, well, yes, you definitely have the very same in the way of content. You also have an individual master, yourself, who has restrictions based on your level. These restrictions prevent you from adding additional servants to your team and prevent you from accessing various different types of content in the short term. Thus, progressing through the game, leveling your servants, and overall upgrading your master will allow for you to fully explore and experience the game. Speaking of servants, Fate Grand Order has quite a few. Granted, I don't know who half of them are, because although I did enjoy the various Fate anime series, I haven't delved nearly as deeply into the franchise's lore to really know who's whom. Although I will admit, I did end up with a plethora of different Lancers, much to my dismay. And interestingly, and I guess more surprisingly than anything else, very few of the servants that I recruited, that I unlocked, were female. I think I had acquired 2 female servants total out of probably around 20 servants. Now, I don't know if that's just because there aren't really many females in the Fate series, or maybe I was just really unlucky. I can't say. Now, it does seem as though you're capable of deploying 3 different servants at a time. I had 2, both Shielder and Lancer, and had 1 support servant from another player accompany me into every battle. Thankfully, they were always max level and could carry me, but honestly, that made the game much easier than it would otherwise be. Combat was turn-based. I'd select 3 cards, which ultimately acted as servant abilities, after which the enemy would take their turn. This would go back and forth until either I died or all the enemies were dead. Graphically, the game actually held up alright. It wasn't anything flashy, but at the same time, for the kind of game that it was, I would say that the game looked pretty good. I didn't really expect anything more when playing, although I guess, if anything, I wish the map was a tad bit more detailed, and the battles, the background in the instanced encounters were more varied. Overall, I had fun. The lack of autoplay present in-game meant that it required my full undivided attention, and you know what? That was actually really refreshing to both see and experience. It's something that I'm really not used to in mobile games. But that's just my opinion, my first impressions of the game. What do you guys think though? Does this look like something you'd be interested in? Let me know down in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this and I'll see you all next time. Peace.